This forever popular block stacking puzzle game changed video game history in the 80s and till this day sits comfortably among the titans at position number 2 for best-selling video game series in the world. In the developer world, Tetris is a well-known classic for being implemented into almost anything, and today I'll be doing my part by bringing the game to San Andreas. Getting started, we need to understand Tetris at its core. What exactly is happening in a game of Tetris? Let's break it down. You get one of 7 shapes called tetrominoes. You stack the tetrominoes within a 10 by 20 play area. If you're able to create a line with the tetrominoes, then the line will be cleared, and every block above will fall down. Should you fail to clear the lines and build above the play area, then you lose the game. Very simple, yet super addicting. Let's get started. To give myself a slight increase in challenge and make this a bit more interesting, I decided to make this in 3D using actual models rather than simply making yet another 2D Tetris clone. I started off by making one block for each tetromino. Since the shape itself is not one object, it's the group of 4 blocks that make it an object. Here's what the blocks look like in game. Once I arranged the blocks into a 10 by 20 board size, I realized these were a bit too big and resized them. With the blocks done, I had to actually start thinking about how the game will be processed within GTA. You see, we first represent Tetris by 1s and 0s in the form of a 2D map before the pretty squares are shown to us visually. My initial and quite naive idea was to simply request the 2D board, delete all the blocks in the game, and then recreate them where they needed to be. Unfortunately, I have no footage for how this method turned out for me because it immediately crashed my computer. I did manage to grab this error message. As you can see, being lazy was the worst possible thing I could do. It is very taxing for video games to delete and create objects during runtime, so it was time to reapproach my design. After a bit of sleep, I thought of a great solution to this problem. Instead of having one block object for every single tetromino and go through all the spawning and deleting, I would just have 2 block objects and utilize each of the 6 sides to represent the block needed. On startup, we spawn in both the blocks at each space of the 10 by 20 play area and set it invisible. Whenever it was time for the block to change, it'll rotate to the correct side and then set itself visible. This was way more optimal than my first design. This idea worked flawlessly. It was at this point that I had Tetris fully working and I could finally begin working on the fun stuff like UI and sound. For the UI, I made boxes for the upcoming pieces, currently held piece, and current score. For the sound effects, I actually made this mod compatible with sound packs from Tetrio Plus. I'm currently using the Tetrio retro sounds uploaded by 8B Jackie. Huge shout out to Superclass in their video on the Tetris rotation system for a beautiful in-depth look at how this works. The super rotation system. With this fully implemented, we can do insanely cool spins such as the I spin, the J spin, and most importantly, the T spin. All the spins are here. This project was super fun to finish as I've always wanted to make Tetris from scratch. If you want to try this out, you can find the download and more details on my newly created Patreon page. As a supporter, you'll get early access to mods and behind the scenes footage of whatever I'm working on, and maybe some extra stuff along the way. These mods and videos take time to create, however, with extended support, I can be sure to dedicate more of my free time to creating fun mods for you all to enjoy. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.